Hi, I am Ian Spaghetti. I'm a trans man, and it is week 17 of being a dad, and as per the request of the followers down on TikTok, I will be answering your most frequently asked questions about my pregnancy and my experience after birth. Did you feel any gender dysphoria while pregnant? For me, the hardest part was not being able to bind as often. I started producing milk at about 16 weeks pregnant, and after that point, it was advised that I stop binding because hard compression of the milk on the inside was going to drastically increase my risk of mastitis. So, as you can imagine, 16 weeks, you're only 3 to 4 months pregnant. That meant I had to do the next 5 to 6 months without a binder. That was a bit of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. For the most part though, the belly, gaslight, gatekeep, pretend it's a beer gut. Our next question. How did you choose between a baby and testosterone? Are you going to take T later in life? So when it came to choosing between a baby and testosterone, technically speaking, I didn't choose. I got pregnant with Bubsy in a semi-unplanned way. But I was in a good position to have the baby. Me and my partner lived together. We had this cute little unit, which eventually got full of black mold. So we had to get a new one, which is this one. But, you know, we were living together. We have money. I mean, you can tell we have money if you've been watching the TikToks. She's got everything she could want and more, because my parents love to spoil her. So essentially, I was already pregnant, and I simply chose to keep the baby. Super excited about it, and now we are considering giving her a sibling, because we both grew up with siblings. It was something that was really important in our lives, and I just think it's an experience that I want her to have, you know? And do I plan to take T later in life? I do. I have always wanted to medically transition. Point is, before medically transitioning, I wanted to make sure I wouldn't lose my relationship with my family, especially after I got pregnant, because I was worried about the baby losing her grandparents. And everyone keeps telling me that I should be my authentic self, and it is not my fault if the people around me can't, you know, live with that. That is so much easier said than done. So much easier said than done. Like, permanently cutting off somebody who is a major part of your life for the past 20 years. It is easier said than done. But anyway, eventually, yeah, I do plan to start taking T. I'm hoping to do so after having the second and last baby. I say last with a question mark, because you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, I am pro-choice, right? But my choice is that I am an emotional weenie. I am not strong enough to get an abortion. The guilt would eat me alive, even though there's nothing to feel guilty about, and you would have to pick me up off the floor as I sob. So I won't be doing that. But you can. But you can. If you have more emotional strength than me, go ahead. Where and why do I have so much energy? Yeah, so everyone keeps asking me where I get my energy from and why I have so much energy, especially in the first, like, 2 to 3 months of having the baby. I was super energetic. I can't stand standing still or sitting still. I am a fidgety little monster. I always have things in my brain that I want to do, like this video, and I want to crochet these cute little evolutions. Someone sent me a link to the pattern, and I think my daughter needs all of them, but I haven't bought the wool yet. But I'm gonna stop there, because I could list the 10,001 things I want to do, and we would be here for years. So, why do I have so much energy? I can't sit still. It is illegal. I hate it. I am not very chill. But I'm fun. Are you a single father? No, it just appears that way because my partner is not in very many of my videos. And that is simply because they're usually working at their laptop over there, doing art. Shout out to Water Art. No, but they do some awesome stuff. Do style the baby's hair. She does have a lot of hair, but I don't style it just because she is only 17 weeks old. She's very tender-headed. Her hair is very fragile. I just brushed it with the baby brush and I let it sit however it wants to. What is baby girl's name? Is Bubsy just a nickname? So yes, Bubsy is a nickname, and I can't tell you the baby's name because while it is a very beautiful name that I am so proud of and I would love to brag, her name, like, you don't even know my real name. Like, you know what I mean? Like, our presence on the internet and our personal lives are not exactly the same. You watch like a highlight reel of our lives, and I just want her to have that freedom for a little bit of privacy. I don't want you to be able to look her up in 13 years or 15 or 18, depending on how strict I am. I haven't decided yet, and find her on social media and figure out which school she goes to and all that jazz. So Bubsy is just baby, essentially. When she's older, will you explain to her that you're trans? Yes, obviously. But how? I have not decided yet. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe some picture books and a PowerPoint if I have to. I've got plenty of time to prepare this speech, and I will figure it out, and I will be taking tips. And where are you from? I get this one a lot. My accent seems to change quite frequently. My GP suspects I have a touch of the ADHD and a smidge of the autism, and I have a habit of accidentally picking up the accent of whatever TV show I'm watching or whoever I've talked to most recently. This is why I sound sometimes American, sometimes British. I'm from Australia. We're Aussies. Oh, right. One thing I forgot to cover when we're talking about binding during pregnancy and after birth. If you are breastfeeding, it is recommended you don't bind. Again, it massively increases the risk of mastitis. That's nasty. You don't want it because it hurts. You'll end up back in the hospital. It'll suck. It's not worth it. Like, look, I'm not binding. And that's for my safety. And, like, I want to be, but I've also got to consider my baby's breastfed. If I end up in the hospital, like, she's never had a bottle of formula. She's never been separate from me. It will be, like, possibly a traumatic experience for her. Is that everything? Did I cover everything? Yeah, we're good. If you have any more questions, throw them down below. I'm happy to do a part 2 of being a trans man and being pregnant and having a baby. Thank you all so much for watching, and that is my baby calling for me, so bye-bye. How'd you get the hiccups? You do have the hiccups.